What's going on, guys? Chad here with Greenlight Shooting, and we're doing a live video. So let's get this out of the way right off the bat. The reason I'm doing this live video is essentially to announce another Olight sale. These happen throughout the year, and you guys know I like to just kind of fill you in as these happen. So this one is running the 12th through the 16th, which I think today is the 11th. Yeah, today's the 11th, so starting tomorrow through the 16th, there's a huge Olight sale. They have a sale on something specific each day, like a big sale, like up to 40% off on things, and then it is also 20% off everything in the Olight store. I don't know how to turn on comments. Man, live chat? Okay. Okay. Happy 7-Eleven day. Yeah, my sister just texted me and said she was grabbing a free Slurpee. So what's going on, guys? All right, I want to go through this sale first so that anyone who's watching this not live or whatever, they can know what's going on. Hey Jenny, it's nice to see you. Okay, so let's get the sale info out of the way. As I mentioned, the 12th through the 16th. What's up with the tactical hoodies? I don't know, we have them, man. The spring hoodies are in stock. I guess we don't have the old tactical hoodies if that's what you're asking for. Anyways, the 12th, which is tomorrow, the sale kicks off, and it is starting out with a PL Mini 2. What's going on, Richard? How do I get this thing off of here? Hey, that's how you turn the light on. There we go. Okay. So, this is what they're starting out with. This is the Olight PL Mini 2. Now, the reason it's the 2, if you didn't see the past videos on it, is they have an adjustable little slider scale right here, so you can actually fit it onto much smaller guns. So before you couldn't fit it on something like this. So this is the Springfield Xds Mod 2. So now you can actually fit this on here, and then you can slide this thing back and forth. So you can slide, so it'll fit on really, honestly, any size handgun with a Picatinny rail. Are you making any more hoodies with the mag pocket? We've got the spring hoodie out right now. It does have a mag pocket, but there's miscommunication if you didn't see that video. The PL Mini 2 slides forward on my Rhino when I shoot it. Is that so? That's interesting to know. I haven't had that experience, but I've only actually shot it on this XDS. I've actually shot it on an M&P compact as well, I guess, and I haven't had any issues, but good to know that you have issues on the Rhino. Anyways, this thing's running at 40% off tomorrow. So if you're looking for a little mini light, this is obviously ideal for concealed carry guns, for super small stuff like that. Make sure to pick this up 40% off. I think it's just in black tomorrow, though. I think the FDE was a limited run. Saturday, so that's Friday. Saturday, they have got 30 to 40% off on this guy, which is their Warrior X. Now, the Warrior X also comes with a whole setup, so I've got one mounted up right here on my AR. This one is an FDE, obviously, but you can see it right there. What's nice about it is they have this little magnetic switch. So you've got the switch right there, but there's a little magnetic clip right there, and then mount this up wherever you want to your gun. Tap that, and you've got a really quick access, really sleek setup for an AR. So that is how I would recommend using the Warrior X. It's got, I mean, there's, I don't know, I guess I can pull the specs for you guys if you're interested. Here's the box that it comes in. We've got max 2,000 lumens, 560 meter throw. That setup is awesome. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. I'm pretty stoked on how that gun turned out. This one, they are doing the deal on the on the OD, sorry, on the olive drab color. And then the little attachment here matches the color as well. So you can see that, and then you've got the pressure switch right there. That's how the pressure switch looks on the back to mount. And then I think it's 30% off. I like the name change on the channel. I appreciate that, Muzzle Dog. You're perceptive. Is that the right word? Perceptive? Yeah, I think that's the right word. I'll talk more about that in the future. You look like a teenager without the beard. I'm very well aware of that, but my 8-month-old daughter likes me more without a beard. Like when I have stubble or whatever and I kiss her, she, like, you know, goes like this. So I like to be clean shaven so I can kiss her. Anyways, let's get through this sale, and then I promise I'll talk to you guys a little bit more. So that is Saturday. I think that's probably the best deal for like an AR light, for a tactical light on a rifle on a long gun. The next day, Sunday, they have got a deal on their PL2RL. This is running at 40% off. So you can see that it is the PL2 with a laser mount as well. On the back here, you've got a little switch. So you can put that switch, that's position 1, 2, and then 3, and it like does different things. So when it's pushed all the way over to the side and you push this, you've got a light. When you go to the middle, you can't really tell, but the laser is on right there. And then when you go all the way over to the side, you've got just laser. So it gives you 3 different options. I think, yeah, you can double tap both paddles for a strobe as well. So a really cool setup. And it is a little bit on the larger side. I'll show you what it looks like mounted to a gun. So we've got a Glock 19 here. And this one, by the way, will only attach to like pretty much a full-size Picatinny rail. Will it not even attach on here? I think it will. There we go. Yeah, so that's what it looks like on a 19. This is the smallest Picatinny rail you'll probably be able to fit this on, so there's no chance I'm getting it on the XDS or anything like that, so keep that in mind. But yeah, so that's how that's working. And then thumb over here, both press for that strobe and laser. So this is a fantastic option, obviously, for home defense, where size really isn't an issue. I don't know what's out there in terms of holsters for a setup like this, but yeah. Let's see, that's Sunday. And then Monday, they're having 40% off on their X7R, which I think the Marauder it's called. It's just a huge, super bright flashlight. I don't have one to show you. That's gonna be for things like, you know, searchlights, for hikers, for camping, for outdoor use primarily. And then finally on Tuesday, we have got the Seeker 2 Pro, which is probably my favorite light that is not, what did I do with the other one? I had another one of these somewhere. There it is. I did a review on the black one. They just released an FDE one that it looks really, really sleek. This is probably my favorite light for, like, you know, not meant to mount on weapons or anything like that. So you've got one button right here, and then it's actually got some LED indicators on the side there. I don't know if it'll show up. Okay, there you go. So you've got one for battery and one for brightness. So if I hold this down, it should go to a brighter, and you can see it's 3. It won't go to 4 right now because it's only at 2 bars of battery, but when you've got it fully charged, this thing is insanely bright. I want to say right there is the box. So yeah, we're at 3,200 max lumens when this thing is at 4, and it's absolutely blinding. It's great for hiking. I was in Moab last couple of days. We went hiking a bunch at night with it and stuff, and it lit up the entire trail. Super, super nice. 250-meter throw on that guy. And yeah, I believe that's 40% off again. And again, that's on the FDE version of it. That's a limited time offer. So yeah, and then everything else in the store is 20% off, and that is from the 12th through the 16th. So yeah. Oh, I think I forgot to mention this. With every purchase during this sale, you also get one of these little FDE, I think they're the i3E. So this is just a little keychain light. But listen, if I'm being honest with you, this is my favorite light out of the bunch for daily use anyways, obviously. I use this light seriously 5 times a day. You know, I drop something behind the couch or something, it's just a simple twist, and it's really bright. It's, I mean, 3 times brighter than your iPhone flashlight or something like that. A lot of people tell me, you got a light on your iPhone, why do you need an extra light on your keychain or whatever? It's so much brighter, and it's just easier. The other thing is it just runs, you twist this off, just runs on a AAA, so you know, you don't have to have fancy batteries for it. You don't have to worry about always keeping it charged. So it's a pretty slick setup. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna go back through. Okay, cool, which is nice. So feel free to comment in if you guys want now. I'll try and answer a few more comments. But in the meantime, this video is titled How I Personally Use These Lights. So I'm gonna go through how I use the lights a little bit. You saw how I have this thing mounted up on a concealed carry gun. So this is the XDS. I normally run my SIG 365 in FDE. I usually run that with a crimson trace, so I've got a laser on that one. But when I want to, have the websites be posted, yeah, I'll put a link down in the video description below for sure. I'll also do an updated video. Any thoughts on the Xds Mod 2? I'll also do an updated video announcing like the Secret Pro and stuff like that. Just like a little reminder heads up on like Tuesday, I think, or on Monday. On Monday I will. But yeah, you can find all those links in the video description below. Thoughts on the Xds Mod 2? It is about 1,000,000 times better than the first generation, I'll tell you that. I'm going to actually do a full review on this gun. Will the PL2 fit an X300U holster? I have no idea, man. Yeah, unfortunately, I have no idea. I wish I could tell you more on holster compatibility, but I do know that there's a fair amount of, what's up, Keith? I do know there's a fair amount of holsters being made for Olights. Specifically, I would check out Last Line of Defense and just get something custom made. I know Mike works with Olight as well, and he obviously makes the holster, so he can certainly hook you up with any Olight, custom fit for your gun. You're getting ready to pick up the Xds Mod 2 with the Gear Up promo going on. Yeah, I saw an email for that. I don't really know too much about what's going on with it, but Springfield does a lot of really cool stuff. I actually have 3 of their guns on loan right now. So I've got this XDS, I've got a 911, and then I've got a 1911 from them that I'm going to be doing like a proper video for, but I'll make sure to get in a review on each while I have them as well. 5 free mags, hard case, and a range bag. Yeah, seems like a super dope deal. I had the XDS, like the first generation. I still have it. I just honestly never, I don't know. I don't use it that often. But I'm a much bigger fan of the second generation for sure. Love the Olight, great review. What's up, Ed? Yeah, man, you have an Olight or two. You know what's up. Anyway, so this is the light I'm using on concealed carry guns. A lot of people, like when I was carrying this Glock 19, ow. A lot of people will run the full-size PL2 on it, and I think that's fine. For me, it's just a little bit too big of a size for me to carry comfortably, so that's why I'm rolling with the mini size here. It just fits a little bit more compact. That being said, I have this in my nightstand at all times in the Vaultek slider safe. If you guys remember that one, it just holds one gun and one mag, but it can hold a gun with a light. So this is the setup I have next to my bed in the slider safe. So that's pretty much what I use this for. Also glad to see the PL2 Mini fits the XDS. It does. Yeah, that was a big complaint about the first generation for sure. I don't know. I haven't used this a ton. The one with the laser, I guess it would probably, I mean, I guess it's just an improvement upon this for like home defense and things like that where size isn't a concern. It's just, I've always used this and I always feel good about this. And the reason I use this, I'll get back to your questions, Keith and White Space, in just a second. The reason I use this one over like another mini for home defense is because this has a strobe functionality. This does not. So if you saw my home defense video, you know that I'm a huge fan of strobes. And I think that it's a must if you're going to have a home defense handgun. So this is what I run for home defense. Let me check out those comments and see what we got here. Okay. Keith says, do you like a revolver? Do you like Revolver S? Probably revolvers. If so, which one do you carry? Personally, I don't own any revolvers, and that's not to say I don't like them. I just learned on semi-autos. That's what I've always kind of been drawn to. I've shot a lot of revolvers in my day. I like the rhinos. That was a topic earlier in the video. But for me, it's just, I don't know, the limited capacity, the limited ability to reload quickly, at least without training, which I do not have with revolvers. I don't know. Also, I would say probably a little bit more of the affordability of the rounds. I shoot primarily 9mm just because it is so affordable. I don't know, but I want to say 38 special is definitely a little bit more than 9mm here in Utah. Obviously 357 is more than that, 44, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, thanks for the question, Keith. Let's see what else we got here. White Space Marines, off topic, sorry. What is your favorite sighting setup to go long distance to shoot to short distance in an AR platform? Yeah, that's a pretty loaded question. I don't have really anything like that. Probably, oh, I don't have it on my AR right now. Um, when I had this EOTech off, and you'll see a video on it coming up shortly, I did a video on the Crimson Trace 1-4 scope, and I liked that a lot. Obviously, that's for, you know, really close range. 4, I could get out to 50 yards easily. 100 yards, I'd have to kind of take my time with. But yeah, I don't know if that answers your question. If you're going long distance, I guess go with something like a 3 to 12. I think a 3 to 24 is probably going to be too heavy. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Yeah. I would want a specific gun for long range and a specific gun for close quarters. So generally speaking, this is my close quarters. And I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert, by the way. I prefer this over all of the short range scopes just because of the wide field of view. And then my long range setup, that Tika setup, I've got a 3 to 24 on that, but it's huge. It's really, really heavy on a really heavy gun meant for nothing but long range shooting. So yeah, sorry, I don't know if that really gave you too much to work with or not. Nikki says, do you have kids? Just wondering what happens if a child finds it. Is it child proof? What have kids kind of worried about it? What's the best for home with kids? Thank you. Nikki, I assume you're probably asking about the lights. So do I have kids? Yes, I have kids, but she doesn't really get into too much yet. She's 9 months old, 8 months old, so she's just crawling, you know, so it's not like, you know, she really knows what she's getting into or anything like that. That being said, of course, I have all of my firearms locked up in safes at all times. I have quick access Vaultek safes, you know, spread throughout the house. I also have, you know, a proper traditional rifle safe with all the, you know, big long guns and things like that. So of course I'm keeping the guns locked up. To answer your question about the light itself, what happens if a child finds it? I mean, like if they just find the light and not a gun, I mean, obviously it's an issue if they find the gun, but if they're playing with the light in order to use it, I guess, I don't know how to answer the question, but there's paddles over here, so you need to put a pretty serious amount of pressure on the side paddles to use it. To turn it on to strobe, you have to hit both, and I mean, yeah, it requires a fair amount of pressure. It's completely toolless. They're not going to like lose little items on you or anything like that. It's just a clamp down Picatinny setup. But yeah, so I don't know if that really answers your question either, but hopefully it gave you something to think about. What's the best for a home with kids? Obviously, again, you know, safes, lock up your firearms. Ed says, how's the baby, Dad? She's fantastic, man. Everything is going really good. You know, I've certainly had my fair share of parenting fails already. But yeah, things are good. We're sleeping mostly through the night lately, which is really cool. But she's a blast. Yeah, she's got 2 or 3 teeth now. She's crawling like crazy. This is the first like week where if I set her down, it's like I'm finding her in another room. So we're seriously trying to batten down the hatches and lock up the house now. Baby proof the house up. Why you changed your name, says Jay. Jay, there's, yeah, I did change the name. I'm gonna make a video specifically about that. It's a long story. Let's just say that I don't want to give anything. I don't want to give anything away. But the channel is going to be headed in a different direction very soon. So thanks for noticing, though. I appreciate the perceptiveness. I mentioned that word earlier in this video too. Hopefully I said it right. Come to Vegas and coach me in building an awesome AR. Dude, that I have to now. I can't just, I'm sure you noticed that the AR build video is completely gone. YouTube hit me pretty hard for that video. I ended up getting demonetized. The entire channel got demonetized. It was a whole thing. In any case, yeah, I cannot make any more building videos. But yeah, man, Vegas isn't too far. I'm sure that I'll be out there. I've got a couple friends living out there and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sure I'll be out in the area sometime. Ramon Morales, what are your thoughts on the S&W SD9 9mm gray finish? The SD9 is it's a fine gun. I never could get into it. And honestly, it's been years since I shot one. I I wish I could tell you more, man. I really can't. What I can do though is well, next time I'm chatting with Flawless Firearms, maybe I'll pick one up from them and take it out to the range and get you a full video on it, because it is a video. It is a gun that a lot of people ask me about, just because it's a good price point. From what I've seen, you know, the gun itself stands up. It's just subjectively, I don't know, it's not quite right for my style. But yeah, I will get you an objective review, so you don't have to worry about that. Jenny, iron sights, tried and true. Hey, I feel you. You know, I'm not, you know, I was never in the military or law enforcement or anything, so I never had to qualify out with iron sights. But if you're just talking about favorite sights, I mentioned the EOTech has been my favorite close quarters so far. That 1-24, it was really nice, but I still found myself like having to sort of treat it like a scope, like get my face down in there, close one eye, really kind of look through the limited field of view. And I don't know, I like this one because I just bring it up and it's just a big bold red dot and I'm ready to shoot. So been enjoying that a bunch. What else we got here? Thank you from White Space Marines. You're welcome. Thank you for watching and hanging out, man. Can you do a video on the safes that are teen proof? Thank you. Yes, helpful. Thank you. That are teen proof. I mean, I think most safes are teen proof as long as they don't know the entry. I mean, you know, a robust traditional rifle safe or whatever with a spin dial is just going to come down to if they know the combo or not. I don't think that they're going to be taking a torch to it or anything to really try and break in. So as long as you get something pretty decent, I think that, you know, they'll stand up to it. As far as Vaulteks and things like that, just make sure that it's, you know, like if you're using a little small one, the handgun one, you can lock it down and they can't just pick up the safe and walk away and take a crowbar to it or something like that if they're really determined. Their Vaultek's new rifle safe is the same setup. It's, you know, you can bolt it down or whatever, and it's super secure. You can, you know, access it with your fingerprints. You can set it up so that, you know, only you can access it with those kinds of things. Of course, safes are just, I don't know, all safes are defeatable with enough time and resources. That being said, if you're just trying to keep it out of the hands of your teenager, I don't know your teenager, but generally speaking, I think that you would be fine just to have some sort of decent safe, full size or handgun, and then make sure it's either mounted somewhere secure or like using that steel cable or something so they couldn't walk away with it. What are your thoughts on the SD9? I just answered that, homie. What are your thoughts on the M&P shield? I really like the shield. I like the idea of the shield. Personally, I don't like the single stack style of it. It feels, this is an XDS, by the way, it's not it, but the palm swell in the shield is so slim because of the single stack that it doesn't feel comfortable in my hand. Now that's obviously a subjective thing. Objectively, it's a very good gun. It's very reliable. It's very inexpensive. There's a lot of accessories for it. It's very easy to conceal. So yeah, I'm a big fan of it objectively. Subjectively, I don't like shooting it. I also am not a fan of the limited round capacity. If you've watched any of my concealed carry videos, you know that my primary concern with concealed carry after comfort is how many rounds can I carry with it, which is why I've been carrying the 365 and really happy with it. Let's see what else we got here. What do you do for a living? That's a good question. So I own a video production company. I specialize in the gun industry, so I do all the videos for companies like Action Target, for Crossbreed Holsters. I did some videos last month for Sig Sauer. I'm doing some videos this month for Springfield. So like a lot of their social media stuff, if you go on their Instagram, on their Facebook, things like that, a lot of those videos I do. If you go to shows like the NRA show, the SHOT Show, anything like that, you will see my videos mostly playing at their booths. So that's what keeps me busy. In addition to the firearm stuff, I also do a lot of videos for real estate people and the traditional kind of commercials here and there, but most of them are in sort of the tactical industry. And then obviously YouTube. You know, I do make a little bit of money off YouTube. I haven't for the past 2 months because I got demonetized. Whole other video subject. But yeah, YouTube certainly does add to the revenue, and I do treat it like a job. All right, let's see what else we got here. I wish there was a way to just keep the chat up at all time. If you guys know about how to do that, let me know. Mike, oh, I might have just missed your, did I miss your, I think I missed this from Mike Helm. New to shooting, do you recommend having several different caliber handguns? Sorry if I missed that, Mike. Not necessarily. I think that if you're new to shooting, it depends on what you want to use the gun for. You know, a lot of times when I was working at a gun store, you'd ask someone what the purpose for this gun is, whether it was concealed carry, whether it was home defense, whether it was just a range gun to practice and train with. And a lot of the times the answer is yes. They want a gun that fits all three of those categories. And it's really hard to find that gun. It can sort of be done, but it's not ideal for any of those categories, if that makes sense. So that being said, I would probably find a good gun for what it is you're trying to accomplish out of those three options. Find the best gun in that for you, for your budget, and then practice with that gun until you outgrow it. At which point, when you start to really become comfortable with that gun, when you've trained a lot with that gun, you'll start to notice its weak points. And you'll say, okay, I don't like how this is a 380. I really want to step up to a 9, to a 45. I don't like how this is so big. I want to start concealed carrying. And I've been training with this 9mm, so I know how a 9mm works. I already have the rounds. I only have to buy one ammunition now. So I would say branch out and get a smaller concealed carry specific gun in 9mm. Hopefully that answers your question. We're getting a bunch of questions, so I want to keep moving along here. Okay, so yes, team-proof the house. Just wait, lol. Yeah, I feel that, Nikki. I'm sure that will, yeah. What are your thoughts on the shield? What do you do for a living? Okay, so I answered that one. I'm going to my first GSSF indoor competition shoot this Sunday. Wish me luck. Very best of luck, Jenny. I'm sure you're going to do fantastic. I remember you asking a bunch of questions last time we did this live video, so thanks for tuning in. I'm really going to, I'm gonna make a video announcing sort of the whole name change and where the channel is going and stuff like that. But let's just say I plan to do a live stream once a week moving forward. So we will be able to catch up, and you can fill us all in on how you did on your competition shoot. Farhan says, bro, please send me a t-shirt. Bro, I would love to, but you know, I can't just do that. I can't just pick you and send you a shirt. That being said, if you want to join the Patreon, I send a lot of the homies in Patreon gifts that companies send me. So I think last month, Desert Tech sent me some shirts, and someone else sent me some shirts, and I did just give those away. So check out the Patreon if you're interested in grabbing some of the stuff that I don't use from companies. Nikki, wait till your baby boo gets to teen years. Would love to hear your thoughts on teen proofing our Second Amendment right. You're awesome. Thank you so very much. Man, Nikki, I mean that's a really long answer. I'm going to maybe sideline that one for a little bit, and maybe we can come back to it if we have some time. I want to get to some of these other questions since I have answered a couple from you already. Thomas, hello from Florida. What's going on, Thomas? Elbert, like the idea of wide view. Are you talking about this? This is just my iPad, and that's my ceiling of my unfinished basement, so I'm sure it's very aesthetically pleasing. Farhan, looking to buy a handgun that I can custom build. Any suggestions? I'm not sure what you mean by custom build, but if you really want to like customize something out, Glocks are always a fantastic option. New trigger, new slide, port that barrel, get an extended mag, get a custom stippling back here, obviously get an optic cut, get a red dot. I mean, all sorts of stuff you can do to Glocks, and there's about 1 million accessories that are made for them. So I would say if you're looking to customize a gun, that's a good place to start. Yes, Nikki, yes, the small one. Is there a reco? Would love a video on these, your recos. I'm not sure what that, oh, I think maybe that's safe and you're asking for a recommendation. I was mentioning Vaulteks a lot. Just search my channel, type in Vaultek, V-A-U-L-T-E-K. Tons of videos on those that I've done. What's your thoughts on the 92 FS Compact? I've never used it. I assume that we're talking about the Beretta 92 FS Compact. I assume there's a compact of it. I haven't checked it out. I mean, I really haven't, honestly. I think I've shot the 92 itself a handful of times back when I was working at the gun range. So unfortunately, I don't feel qualified to give you any thoughts on that gun. Super cool. Dread Roberts. Farhan, do a review on the HKP90. I think I might be able to do that at some point, man. Thanks for the recommendation. Nikki, they will walk away with it or try when mom and dad is at work. Love your channel. Would love to know more about non-carry, safe protection and storage for a home with curious teens. Thank you, you rock. Learned so much from you. Yeah, chats move fast. It can get overwhelming. Yeah, Nikki, check out Vaultek, as I mentioned. Check out that rifle safe review. It's like, I think it's maybe the last video I even did. And there's a lot of, if you get sort of one of those newer technologically advanced safes, you know, you can have them set up to send you a text if you're at work or something like that and someone tries to enter the key code and they enter a wrong key code, or even if they enter the right one, it'll send you a text. It'll let you know someone's trying to get into your safe, things like that. So watch that video. I think that might be a good option for you. Ty James, I missed the talk about your hoodies. When are they coming back? We've got spring hoodies right now. They do have a magazine pouch, but there was an issue with the manufacturing and the pouches are too small to hold a magazine. It's a nightmare. They're 10% off on the website though, if you just want a good hoodie. It is like July though, and it's 100 degrees in Utah, so I don't know. It is what it is. We will certainly get more hoodies, you know, in the fall and winter though, along the same lines as the past ones. OFCINC sounds like Nikki needs Fort Knox's for her guns. I mean, it's true. I've got a Fort Knox, and the thing is about as robust as it can get. Nikki, search Fort Knox safes or vaults or something, and they'll come up. They're very pricey, but they're one of the best you can get in terms of just solid reliability. Just, you know, really, really difficult to break into. Great question, Mike, says Nikki. Yes, says Nikki. Which AR should I buy, Zach? I like Daniel Defense, but they are so expensive. Daniel Defense makes a really good rifle. They're certainly expensive. I would say build one, man. I built this one after looking at building a pistol from Daniel Defense, and I've been really, really happy with this one. This all in with the EOTech, I want to say was like 1,500 or something like that. So it was less expensive than what I was looking at with Daniel Defense. And I mean, I got to customize the thing out exactly how I wanted. So I would say build. And, you know, obviously it depends on what you want your rifle to do and kind of specialize in. But you can, you know, obviously build it around those exact needs. Nikki says, storage unit. My sons find everything. How old are they, Nikki? Oh Lord, 17 and 19. I teach mine about them, so it's not like them finding candy. I teach respect, and I think that's the absolute best answer. OFCINC. Is it off sync? I don't know if that's off sync. I don't know. But I think that person is absolutely on the right track, Nikki. Educate your kids. Obviously, educate yourself first so you're extremely comfortable with them, or maybe take a class with your kids where you go to a professional, to a gun store, to a trainer or something like that, and have them teach all of you about it so that it's no longer scary. It's no longer cool for kids, right? They respect the firearm, and they get time with it. They get supervised professionally so that, okay, I think we're still good. They get professionally supervised time with firearms where they can practice with it, and they can have fun with it, and they can sort of you know, they can figure it out in a controlled environment. And then it's no longer like, I'm gonna sneak around behind mom's back and get her guns and we're gonna play with it, right? So yeah, I think that's a fantastic option. It's a fantastic bonding option if you're not familiar with firearms yet either, to go and take a class together. And if you are familiar with firearms and feel confident, then teaching them could be a fantastic idea. Okay. Okay, Taj, more beats on the way ASAP. That's from Tana. Legendary, have you noticed any of the issues with your 365 that others have been having? I haven't, man. I mean, a lot of people have told me that there's issues with that thing. Again, I have the NRA edition that I know is a little bit newer. It's one of the limited edition ones, and I've put 1,000, maybe 1,500 rounds through it at this point. I've cleaned it once, and I haven't had a single malfunction. So I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's the NRA edition, but I've been extremely, extremely happy with it. Okay, thanks, says Nikki. It's like if you hide them, they'll search. Thoughts on Enforce APLC? I'm not familiar with it, Jonathan. Sorry, man. Tana, that hat though, LeMayo, hashtag she rockin' that boy. Huh. I don't know how to respond to that. Sorry, bro. Sorry. I think you're, yeah. HKP30. Okay. The P30 is a fantastic firearm as well. I will check that out, Farhan. See if I can get a video done on it. It was one of my favorite firearms for the longest times. I think that yeah, I really like the PPQ in a similar vein as that one. It's a little bit more affordable as well. Bryce, do you ever find time to do competitions? If you do, what's your favorite shooting iron? I do not get the chance to do competitions ever, but hopefully that's going to change soon with the new direction of this channel. I really, really want to get back to training for fun. I have gone to the range. I don't think I've gone to the range once in the last couple months where it wasn't work related. I want to get back to doing, like, I want to go and just shoot drills. Like, I haven't done drills in forever because it's all about, you know, taking a new gun out and reviewing that gun and making a video. And we try and make multiple videos during that time that we're allotted at the range, and you know, it just adds up. So anyways, I'll talk more about that again in that video that's coming up, but just know that yeah, I will hopefully be able to do some competitions and show that on the channel more often. What's your favorite shooting iron? I'm not sure what you're talking about in terms of shooting iron. Maybe that's because I don't know enough about competition. But my favorite thing to shoot at is, in terms of steel and stuff like that, is the Action Target PT Scout, which I've done a video on. They also sent out a couple new ones for me for this month, which I'm going to be talking about. I got a dueling tree. I would love to get a plate rack, but they're just so freaking big and heavy. I don't want to transport them. And then we got a couple gongs. So Nikki, okay, thanks, Vaultek. Thank you so very much. Fito, have you seen the new 365 XL? I have. I had a company say that they have one in stock that I can come and do a review on. I just got to find some time to get out there before they sell it and get that review done for you guys. But it looks really, really cool. OffSync or OFCINC. I'm gonna call you OffSync. I apologize if that's not right. Besides PSA, who makes a great AR-9 rifle between 500 and 1,000? I'm trying to keep everything at 9mm. Thanks. I don't know. Just build something again, man. I mean, I think you can build a really dope gun for $1,000. I don't know. The SIG is the MPX, the Copperhead. I think that was like $1,500, huh? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I wish I had more info for you. JXNNXK, I want a pistol too. Have you ever shot a Makarov? No, I have not shot a Makarov white space. Though I will tell you, interestingly enough, if you have been a channel for a very long time, my old greenlight shooting logo, like I'm talking when I very first started, I made a greenlight shooting logo. I had a guy on Fiverr make the logo for me. And he used two Makarovs, like, so the guns in the top corner of the logo are Makarovs. I didn't even know what those were. A military buddy of mine was like, bro, why are there Makarovs on your shirt? So yeah, excellent advice, Nikki. Anything, Nikki? What ballistic helmet do you recommend? Just say of ink. Thanks, guys. Ballistic helmet do you recommend? I have zero recommendations for ballistic helmets. I apologize. I'm not in the you know, the military, the law enforcement world, or anything like that, where those are something that are on the forefront of my mind. So I apologize. I have zero experience with those. Apparently the newer 365s have rectified the issues, according to what I've heard. Been thinking of adding it to my collection for summer carry, but have been hesitant to because of the issues. As I said, I can't talk for everyone else. I can't talk for anything that's not the NRA edition, but I have been extremely pleased with my 365. It's probably my favorite concealed carry gun I've ever had. Of ink, because of your tattoos. Thought is a long slide compact Handguns EX Flick 26L. Glock 26L. Thoughts maybe on a long slide compact like the 26L. I don't know. I've never experienced the 26L. I think the 26 is a good gun. I personally would take a 19 over the 26 though, just for a full size grip. But yeah, I don't know anything about the 26L, man. I apologize. Nikki, which arm has the angel on it of ink?